Michael, in this last part, I would like to talk about the future of BPM. We live in a world that is full of disruptive digital technologies. So what would business processes look like in 10-year time, and how they will be affected by this emerging technology?
No question, the future of processes is exciting, and the opportunity-rich environment we see right now, the one that we'll see in the future, will have massive implications for process design and the process we'll experience. I see a number of trends. The first one is what we call today the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things will lead to a new intelligence within physical things, objects like a car. And while we're used to process tokens, that all of a sudden means we have a complete new autonomy in the process token. So those intelligent cars, those intelligent objects will to a certain extent orchestrate their own processes. The car will request a service. The washing machine will require some maintenance. And certain organizations will have to get used not to a business to consumer relationship, but to a business to think relationship. So this will have massive implications for the business process of the future, that all of a sudden is not just driven by process-aware information systems, channeling the control flow, by humans who contribute to it. Equally, in some cases even dominating, you will have those smart elements, those smart things, shaping their own business processes. The second stream is the current digitization has empowered customers. In the age of automation, it was about allocating IT for organizational purposes and shaping business processes. The age of digitization has given IT power into the hands of consumers. So for the very first time, we see consumers contributing massively to business processes. Consumers able to create completely, highly disruptive business processes. And for the first time, we can see that the most successful business processes do not occur in an asset-rich environment, but in environments that are light on assets. Current business models like Airbnb, Uber, and some educational solution providers are examples where the successful process occurs in the cloud and is characterized by the ability to orchestrate assets along the way. This is a massive shift from the business processes we've seen in phase one, when we relied on internal data, internal assets, and we could shape processes within the secure boundaries of an organization. The consumerization, the putting of processes into the cloud, the overall externalization of business processes will be very disruptive, not to only the skill set is needed to derive a process, but to the value that these processes are able to provide. And third, I believe that the future process will have a lot of real-time intelligence. For a long time, we were dreaming the idea of a self-healing process, a process that can sense when I'm not perfect and can adapt, can readjust. But what has happened over the last years, that process redesign was often happened in very static phases. We had dedicated redesign initiatives, froze the process, and looked back again. They were heavy on methods and heavy on personal human involvement. The more we are able to gather information about a process, the more a process can understand our process metrics and is able to understand where there's a gap. And the more we have process innovation, process improvement systems that, like recommender systems, can provide guidance for a process in need, we will have an environment where the process will adapt to a changing environment without the need of an entire process redesign project. So these three elements, from unintelligent elements to the Internet of Things and tokens that drive their own processes, from internal business processes to highly externalized customer processes, and from manual, intensive, ad hoc process redesign to ongoing, real-time, self-healing processes, I believe will be three highly exciting changes that will shape the future of business processes.
So Michael, to conclude, on the basis of these developments, what do you think should be the skills that students BPM students need to develop in order to become the process professionals of tomorrow?
The ability to continue the rigor of BPM, to react to problems and to seek efficiency, to exploit what's possible, together with the ability to shape, design, explore new processes, is what I call ambidextrous BPM. To exploit and explore what is possible. And the individual professional who's working in that space needs to be ambidextrous. The person has to have the commodity know-how that we have right now. How to model, analyze, monitor, execute, and mine a business process. And how to make sure that these processes remain cost resilient. In addition to this skill set, we need an individual with strong explorative capabilities. Much more an extrovert, future-oriented, strong on design capabilities, with a strong appetite to interact with individuals, to sense what customers want today and tomorrow, and with a strong ability to convert outside capabilities, technologies, into internal capabilities. This will be a rare skill set, but those who can master the exploration of processes and the exploitation of processes will have a highly exciting future and will not only shape internal cost efficiency, but in many cases, entire business models and the future success of corporations.
This all sounds very exciting, Michael, and it looks like by acquiring these capabilities, the BPM professionals of tomorrow are going to bring up BPM on a more predominant position within organizations. So it all looks positive, the future of BPM. Thank you very much for your time, Michael.
Thanks, Marcel.